Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Racer, and today I'm going to be bringing you my thoughts on, Need for Speed, the Rivals going into pre-3 coverage. So, forgive me for the background noise. I'm buying a pop filter soon, so just if you bear with me, I've some really cool ideas. There's some really cool stuff about this, and if coming from a Need for Speed enthusiast, and giving some better information on it. So please just stick around. Okay, so starting off, this is something I haven't really seen before. I've actually, I've been following Need for Speed for 6 or 7 years, and I haven't really noticed this before, where the studio that's making the game, which is Ghost Games, in association with Criterion, is actually helping. So they've actually came out from and said what to expect and how they're actually grown up playing these games, and they've done homage to all these stuff. So I mean, the big thing, if you're really gonna want it, if you're wanna gonna or wanna gonna you're gonna see is this right here. And in Rivals, we're bringing back features we loved in previous games, like playing as a cop, high-end pursuit technology, and car personalization. So um, the first thing I gotta say is that car personalization, it was in 4 games. It was in 4 games, right? And when you have this Need for Speed Rivals be the 21st game, and so the cars that you drive fast and get chased by cops, there's a lot more outweighing than the car personalization. I understand it was popular, it was catching. EA, had a great marketing ploy cashing in on something that Fast Furious was doing, but as you can see, Fast Furious even now it complete shifted completely away from that, and they're a heist movie where, you know, it's just it's they're bringing back something. So they're bringing back a small little flair to it. So I think libraries, paints, and actually I'll actually go to your car, your identity. So your power up your car with the latest upgrades in pursuit technology, personalize your bodywork with fresh paint job, liveries, custom license plates, rims, and decals to show off to the world. Save different configurations and keep a variety of car packages on alert to leave your mark no matter what the situation. So I think that's really cool that they're bringing that back. I personally don't really like body kits, but I am a big fan for the rims, the liveries, and the decals. So if people really don't know the difference between libraries are actually kind of preset vinyl packages, where decals are kind of like aftermarket performances and stuff. So if you played Underground and Carbon, all that stuff, its decals were mainly like the aftermarket products, the BBS tires and notches and stuff. So having that would be really cool. I personally just there's a really heavy emphasis on fast cars. So I mean, I expect that the libraries will be very tuned. They won't be as pop and broad as loud as they were in Underground 2. So and Carbon and all that stuff. Where after Underground 2, they kind of dialed back with all that stuff. So I think it's a good idea, that a good thing that they came out and they were talking about this, and we're going. I usually rate games and how they're going to do by pre-3 coverage. Where you saw with Most Wanted and The Run is when Most Wanted was kind of announced, they kept it very, very quiet. Like they showed you a picture of it, and the very first picture they showed off, I remember looked extremely similar to Need for Speed Most Wanted, and but they kind of just didn't have too much information leading up to Need for Speed Most Wanted at E3, and then The Run was even less. And after people saw it, The Run, they just kind of kept it shut, and just everyone didn't really like The Run. I mean, that was kind of a global thing, had grid mechanics, but I think car proportions were mainly the main problem. So, with this, if you're having I say the right blend of everything is a really good idea. Cops and rivals and stuff, and they have some amazing community feedback and community support. I mean, even right now, pre E3, we're already having the fans decide games, which is the king of the road competition. Which actually we'll go try to find it. Hold on, let me see. News. It's in news right here. Sorry. Okay, yeah. You have the king of the road, and decide which car would play on both sides of the law. So it's actually very interesting if this whole thing. So we're definitely gonna be seeing a big dynamic between cars. We're gonna see some cop. There'll be only certain cop cars, but there'll be certain racers. So, excuse me. Hold on. So I think that's really, really cool. I mean, I enjoyed Hot Pursuit, but I didn't like the fact that all the cars were kind of the same. Yet all Porsches, and then all Porsches were cop cars and all Porsches were regular cars. So having this will be a giant element, and the fact that they have like a bracket setting up, and they kind of announced the game, and then like 2 days later they had this coming out. So the amount of community feedback they're doing through Facebook and Twitter, like Facebook is popping with them responding. So definitely hop onto Facebook and ask questions. They'll likely respond unless you mention the word underground or any of those games. They won't respond to you. So kind of just they can do that, but since Black Box got shut down, they really can't do it. So um, I have a lot of hope and a lot of faith in by the stuff you see before a game is even videos released, and people are kind of overwhelmingly like supporting this. Where Most Wanted, after we saw what happened at E3, everyone just kind of started bashing it down, and people bought it just to hate it. So I mean, I personally, I think I knew what happening was happening with Most Wanted, where or Criterion was definitely working on another Burnout. There was kind of leaked information about it, and EA kind of probably forced them to make this because the Hot Pursuits did well, and they needed them to make another Need for Speed game. So Criterion's games definitely sell well. And Hot Pursuit, I loved Hot Pursuit. I personally think it's a great game. It's a great, if you played the first Hot Pursuit, then you know exactly what it's like. So um, my only hope really for this game is they just dialed back the drifting. So they are taking Criterion's kind of I guess technique with the racing, but they're using the Frostbite 3. So this game will look hella pretty on consoles, on the new consoles and PC. So the fact that you have a dice head, Marcus Nielsen's working there, so he knows exactly how Frostbite works, is a great thing. You have people from Capcom and Black Box and Turn 10 and all this, Bizarre and all these great people. So this sounds like this can just be the one that breaks it out. I mean, the wager racing. If you know what wager, if I don't even think some people might not even know what the wager racing was, but that was actually in Need for Speed High Stakes, which was a game in 1990. So this is kind of actually, you first click on the page, it's the first thing that shows up is High Stakes Rivalry. Racers are lone wolves out for their own, and cops work together. So the fact that cops are working together and racers kind of their own lone wolf is really good dynamic, where I think this big game will be so much better with friends than Most Wanted, because the fact where you can actually have doing your own stuff by yourself and then kind of blending together with other people at a certain time, which is this really cool idea, and like this MMO type of, I would say, small scale racing game, where Need for Speed World is an MMO, but it feels very off by yourself, even though you're racing by other people. So this game seems like it's going to break it with the all drive and the next gen racing. Pursuit Evasion, they're gonna bring in all the stuff from Hot Pursuit, so it just sounds like it's gonna be a really good game. I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. So please subscribe to this channel if you want to stay updated on Need for Speed, things. And I'm actually gonna be doing a giveaway for Need for Speed Pro Street for the PC. I actually have an origin code, so if you want to get into that, please stay to this channel. I'll actually have the giveaway stuff going up pretty soon. So thanks, guys.